I'm a teenager now, and I'm starting to understand what actually happened as I was growing up. And finally, once we got our immigration papers, we bought a house. And through those years, and then I'm in high school, going into university now, and I'm seeing my parents struggle financially. See, it's one thing to be able to purchase a home; it's another to maintain the home.
Yes.
And
You don't have to be house poor.
That's right. That's right. You know the term where they say, the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer?
You are talking to.
Have you heard that? Okay. So let me tell you something. I'm gonna change the perspective.
Splice Original.
Hello, Malika. Welcome to the Nanaya podcast. I'm you're looking really sumptuous, beautiful, amazing. Thank you. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to hear you speak, but from what I've heard, excellent. Thank you for saying yes. Malika, I do understand that your background is in finance and law and speak about businesses and financial planning. When we get this quick beginning story, what was growing up for you and how did it
Thank you so much. I'm super excited to have this conversation with you. So let's take it back to my childhood. I grew up in Scarborough, and as a little girl, I saw my parents working so hard, and our foundation was love and faith, right? However, I was also aware that they were struggling a lot. As much as they tried to hide it from me, they struggled a lot. And in Canada, we were actually non-status refugees for over 12 years. And, yeah, non-status refugees. That means any moment we could have been affected. Any moment.
for 12 years?
For 12 years. Can you imagine?
In limbo.
Yeah. Yeah. That means no social insurance number. That means no health card. I'm an only child, actually, because my parents couldn't have another child. I mean, who's going to pay for the ultrasounds? Who's going to pay for the, delivery, right? So a lot of our lives was shaped based on this status in Canada. There was no welfare. There was no support. Nothing. My father would work many, many hours and come home late. My mom would do whatever she could in the house, right? Work from home, babysit, tutor, whatever she could do.
Yeah.
And I watched my parents. I didn't know how much they were struggling until I was older.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lawyer who, just really didn't do what she needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until 12 years later, my parents changed their lawyer finally, and we got our status right away. We got our immigration status right away. And this is what I understood in Canada. Unfortunately, many people can't afford good lawyers. And when we need a lawyer, we think to ourselves, how much is it going to cost?
Yes. We think about the money, not the quality.
Not the quality. But if you think about it, 12 years of ongoing stress, pain, suffering, uncertainty.
That's a lot to pay.
It's a lot to pay. So I'm a teenager now, and I'm starting to understand what actually happened as, I was growing up. And finally, once we got our immigration papers, we bought a house. And through those years, and then I'm in high school, going into university now, and I'm seeing my parents struggle financially. See, it's one thing to be able to purchase a home. It's another to maintain the home.
Yes.
And
You don't have to be house poor.
That's right. That's right. You know the term where they say, the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer?
You are talking to.
Have you heard that? Okay. So let me tell you something. I'm gonna change the perspective now.
Okay.
It is the financially literate that become more financially literate.
Mm.
And those who are not financially literate will continue to struggle. And that's the difference. That's the underlying factor.
The rich getting richer.
That's it. It's because they have advisors, they have accountants, They have lawyers. Within our communities, we don't have those individuals
No.
that are on speed dial for us. So I decided I'm going to make a difference. My passion wasn't in the financial industry. My passion wasn't even in law. My passion was children. I wanted to work with kids. But you know what? As a woman, we're told keep going, go after your passion, your passion, your passion. I realized that if I focus on my purpose, if I find my purpose, I live in my purpose, I breathe in my purpose, and I work in my purpose, I'll become passionate about it anyways. So
You add value to people's lives as well.
That's right.
That must come for something.
Absolutely. And for me, I realized I don't want so many people going through the unnecessary struggle like my parents did. If my parents had the right guidance, we would have avoided so much. We would have avoided so much.
But that is one of the conversations that I have. If I don't know, how do I teach you? And the people around you don't know, how do they guide you?
Right.
And something has to push you beyond to say, I am looking for. So even with your parents' story, it's like what led them to the edge that they said, I need something new. And that's what we need. The person that opens that door for them to the lack of get freedom or access or whatnot. So sometimes,
Fortunately and unfortunately, people wait to the point of a breakdown. People go until the point of pain in order to make a change.
because that's what most of us know.
We need to make a change before we get that diagnosis, before we hit that ending point.
But that is when I am lucky to find somebody like you that I come across you and I hear you speak and it's like, oh, this is what I'm talking about.
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead, man.
So then I realized, in university, I need to end generational curses. I cannot continue being financially illiterate. I cannot, when we don't understand the law, it actually works against us. Right? And if we want to grow and succeed in this community and the society that we're in North America, we need to have someone that knows better than us. So I got mentorship and I decided, mentorship changed my life. And that's what inspired me to become a mentor, to become a coach. And now I love teaching financial literacy. I love traveling across Canada and the US, going to different communities, speaking to different people, and seeing a change and seeing the trajectory of their lives going another way. They were going this way, but because we changed certain habits, because we shift certain mindsets, right, makes such a big difference. Right? And sometimes my clients need a little bit of hand holding. And I'm okay with that. And that's my job as a coach.
Now, let me put this in there. You have given me an Oprah moment. So continue.
Thank you. You know what? Even Oprah started from the struggle, right?
That's true.
She got rejected. She got rejected so many times. See, one of the things that I realized is that we're so scared of that rejection that we paralyze ourselves and we never move forward. And sometimes when we have the debt, when we have that misunderstanding of how to invest, how to grow with our finances, we actually paralyze ourselves and we stay stuck in that moment. And that's why having a different understanding of finances in general, having a different understanding of how to get out of debt, how to create generational wealth, and seeing the simplicity of it, because it's not difficult. It's actually very simple. And when you add that into your life, you change certain habits, it makes the world of a difference. And those are things that can be changed, but then also taught to the next generation.
That is true. I'm going to ask you a basic question, right?
Sure.
Which is about, say, budgeting. Now, you and I know it is hard as hell in this financial system.
Yeah.
With the tariffs and, after COVID and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I am newly coming to the country or start working with a young family. And some people have 30, 20, 30, rules, some people have the 10, 20, 70 rules, so many, there are different rules.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what would be your advice if they want to say create wealth or build something within the next 5 years?
Create wealth in the next 5 years. So the foundation would be to get a life insurance policy. Because most likely we're not going to be able to save $200,000, $500,000 right away. And if God forbid something happens to you, right, then you need to make sure that your family will be okay. The second thing is to have 6 months, 3 to 6 months of your living expenses put away. Okay? So you look at every month, what are my expenses? And we work towards putting something aside to achieve that goal. Then we'll focus on eliminating debt. Then we'll focus on long term. And of course, throughout this period, I always recommend families having a will as well. Okay? That might not be financial directly, but it definitely affects you financially later on, right? So in the meantime, having a will in place, right? But then focus on the debt, as I was saying, we focus on the debt, we focus on long term, and then we focus on children's education. I see a lot of families that will focus on having an RESP, focusing on their children's education versus getting those 3 things in place first. Your child can get a loan at 18, but if you become 65, it'll be very difficult for you to get a loan, right? So you have to make sure that you're okay. If God forbid something happens to you, you'll be okay. And if God forbid somebody loses their job, they're able to maintain their lives within the next 3 to 6 months because you're not guaranteed to get a job. So number 1, insurance. Number 2, putting money away for 3 to 6 months. Number 3, start focusing on getting rid of your debt.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Melika. So if, potential clients or people are looking for you, where can we find you?
That's a great question. Thank you. You can find me on LinkedIn, social media, Facebook, Instagram. My name is Melika Dolaty, spelled Melika. Last name Dolaty.
Melika, are we on LinkedIn together?
We got to get on LinkedIn.
Okay.
We'll find each other. And if you need my number, my number is 647-991-9284.
Guys, you heard it from Melika. If you need more information, please contact her and let her walk you through this financial plan today. Because if you've not been through it, you think it's easy, but I told you, you go through it and you realize that we age up, we age down.
Right.
Get your ducks in every day.
Right.
And like Melika said, we need people who know more than people. Steady and they can guide us to the decision.
And you know what? Anyone who is hearing us on this podcast and wants to have a one-on-one conversation with me, I will provide them a free clarity session. And I call it a clarity session because sometimes we just don't know, and that uncertainty causes so much anxiety. So I will provide anyone who comes through you a free one-on-one clarity session.
And will clear the fear away because most of us, it's the fear that keeps us at peace. Right? Fear is very costly. Melika, thank you for saying yes, and thank you for coming on the podcast with you. And look at this.
So sweet. Thank you.
Thank you, Melika.